What movie traumatized you as a kid? Arachnophobia. Return to ounce. Watership Down. A friend put it on when I visited her house once. Why? Bonus shout out to specifically the Artax scene in Neverending Story. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The scene where Judge Doom is melting scared the shit out of me as a child. The scene where he was laying in the river still scares me to this day, lol. The Brave Little Toaster. Never-Ending Story. Tell M. Large Marge sent YA. The Secret of Nim. All I will say is Spider Monster. Enjoy refreshing that trauma for you. Jaws. Gremlins. I'm Gen X, so basically all the movies we had during the 80s are basically nightmare fuel. Take your pick. My Girl. The Fox and the Hound. Signs. Seriously freaked me out. Ernest Scared Stupid. Those trolls were freaking horrifying. Fire in the A movie for young kids from the same state that the guy was abducted from. The Dark Crystal. I watched the first 10 minutes when I was younger and the Skeksis scared me so badly I couldn't sleep with the lights off for weeks. Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Saw it when I was 7. At the end, the Joker falls from the bell tower and they slowly zoom in on him smashed into the concrete, with a fucking smile on his face, and the laugh track stuck in a loop. The whole movie was kind of dark. Bruce's parent getting murdered in front of him, the falling bag of popcorn. But the ending was the scariest thing I'd seen, smiling face with open mouth and tightly closed eyes. Never-Ending Story. Poor Artax. I don't know why everyone else here seems to have watched full-on horror thriller movies as kids, but mine was Snow White, the scene where the evil queen turns into the old ugly witch scared 3-year-old me shitless. The Ring. Little girls still creep me out a little, and I've got 2 of my own now. The opening scene of the animated James and the Giant Peach when he loses his parents. The Bear 1988. There's a scene where a pack of hunting dogs are chasing a grizzly and the dogs get mauled. I was 8 and that scene really upset me. I still have a memory of crying in the theater and using my mom's arm to hide my eyes. We only had like 3.5 channels back then, so I had never seen anything remotely close to animals fighting like that in a movie and dogs screeching in pain. Coraline, I refuse to watch it to this day. The Land Before Time broke my heart. His mom is literally laying her head on a rock, dying, telling Littlefoot to be a brave boy. He doesn't understand she is dying and is saying get up, Mama, loudly crying face, and then he thinks he sees her again on the mountain, and is running to find her, saying Mama Mama in his sweet voice, trying to catch up to her, only to realize it's his own shadow. I mean, just break me. Why are writers like this? All dogs go to heaven. Except when they go to literal hell. Jesus Christ on. I was like 5 when I saw that. Pinocchio. The whale scene and Pleasure Island. And, of course, the Never-Ending Story horse scene. 13 Ghosts. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The Exorcist. Actually didn't watch it, but my sister and her friends did in another room, and the sounds traumatized me. Years later I did watch it and again traumatized me and found it hard to sleep with the light off for a week. Twister. I was convinced I was gonna get killed every time there was a little bit of rain in the weather forecast. Pet Sematary. Nightmare on Elm Street. I refused to sleep for days thinking Freddy was gonna slice me up if I didn't stay awake. Gene Wilder's Wonka movie. Holy shit, there is so much wrong there. IT. The original made-for-TV one. Stayed away from sore drains for a while after that. The mummy. When the beetle went under the skin and ate everything inside the body and ate the brain, still traumatized by it now. Psycho. The shower scene hit every weak spot. You're blind, deaf and naked. To this day, I have a shower curtain that has see-through at the top. At 4, on a hot summer day in 1966, on a black and white TV, the original Invaders from Mars. The ending scared the shit out of me, but the movie was my first introduction to my lifelong favorite genre in books and film, sci-fi. Where the Red Fern Grows. Broke my little heart. Mars Attacks. Watching humans getting melting was not a fun time as a 7-year-old. The Polar Express. I think it was during one of those school festival days on the last day before winter break, and each classroom had a different activity. I wasn't even in the room where they were playing the movie, but I could see into it. And of course the moment I happen to look up is during the scene that the train is out on a frozen lake and somebody fumbles a thing out the window that starts cracking the ice. Scared the crap out of 7 or 8 years old me. The Fly. I was eating spaghetti when I watched the regurgitation scenes. The Brave Little Toaster. IDK that junkyard scrap press thing. Chucky. The Green Mile. Jesus, it was pretty intense for 9 years old me. Watership Down. Jurassic Park. Love it now. Scared me as a kid. Sometimes I still have getting chased by dinosaur dreams, typically when I'm feverish or really hot. I am now 39. Event Horizon. The It miniseries from 1990. Not really a movie, I know. It. That little fucker weirded me out. My parents let me watch Scream when I was 3. I spent like half my life avoiding the Halloween section in the stores because I couldn't handle the ghost face masks. I left a birthday party early because some kid brought a ghost face mask and wouldn't take it off. I had a group of girls in grade school that surrounded me like bodyguards during the Halloween parties, so I didn't have to see anyone dressed up as that damn ghost face. The Grudge. Bambi. The beginning where his mom gets shot. Awful. Disney movies were strange like that. Was a child in the 80s, basically all of them. Planet of the Apes. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the child catcher was terrifying. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Fire in the Sky, particularly the forced medical examination scene. Especially because my mom is a big believer in alien abductions and talked about it all the time and told me that she believed I'd been abducted and experimented upon as an infant, and that's why you're so smart, baby D. I was like, 7. Gave me an abduction phobia so bad that I couldn't be in a room with windows at night by myself, and I'd get triggered whenever trailers for the fourth kind cropped up. I was in my late 20s before I really got over it. RoboCop, the part where the bad guy drowns in a vat of acid is burned into my brain. Titanic. My friend's mom had to go into another room with me and watch The Simpsons when the ship started to sink. It took me a good 10 years to finally watch the entire movie, and my former partner was concerned regarding my emotional state during that entire time. The Leprechaun, where he is under the car. Labyrinth with David Bowie. My dad sat me in front of the TV with a bowl of mac and cheese and a storage bin to eat it on. I didn't eat my mac and cheese. Rather, my mac and cheese ate my tears. Anyone for Wizard of Ounce? Flying Murder Monkeys? WTF. The Shining. The Brave Little Toaster was one of my all-time favorites as a kid, but my God, were there some disturbing parts. I was so scared to run over the vacuum cord because there's a scene where the vacuum chokes on his own cord and nearly